47 years ago, a young woman was fatally shot in front of her apartment on Orange Avenue.
She was actually murdered on November 4th of 1969.
It was about 9:15 on a cool November evening. 20-year-old Rhonda Fortney, an Arizona Western College student, was standing in front of her home.
She was shot. They found her in the 100 block of Orange Avenue at her apartment.
Years later, police don't know who killed Rhonda.
From what we've gathered over the years, no known enemies or anything like that.
Witnesses say a man was seen running down Orange Avenue.
A case like this is a little bit more difficult for us to solve because there's DNA evidence and stuff like that in some cases. This one, however, does not have that type of evidence.
The suspect was described as a black man, 25 to 30 years old, 5'11 to 6'2", wearing a yellow jacket or shirt and gold-tapered pants. The suspect was seen leaving in a dark passenger car, possibly a 66 or 69 Pontiac.
It's one of our very first cold cases that we have that is still a open case, but it's inactive at this time.
If the suspect is still living, he would be around 70 years old. YPD doesn't know what type of firearm was used to shoot Fortney.
There's no shell casings or anything like that, which would lead detectives to believe it was a revolver.
Franklin says they strive to bring closure to the families who have lost a loved one.
What would you say to a family that lost their daughter and it never gets solved?
I don't think you could probably put into adequate words. You convey how sorry you are for their loss, but I don't think that's ever going to be enough.
If you know anything about what happened on that November night, police say to please come forward.
The chances of it solved again are always going to be very slim due to the length of time in the case and the lack of evidence overall, other than some witness statements. Does that mean that we ever stop? No. There could be that one witness from all those years ago that knew something, that was scared to talk, that comes up and finally says something that's, is a break in the case.
When Fortney died, Franklin said the Yuma police asked the public for help in locating a suspect.
The age of the case, the suspect at this point is obviously going to be very old, possibly deceased. There's a lot that has gone on over the years that have kind of diminished the chances of actually solving this case.
Yuma County had an estimated population of around 50,000 people in 1969.
Back then, Yuma was obviously a much smaller town.
Even though the case is 47 years old, Yuma police would still like to get some answers.